Welcome back, everybody. Now today I'm taking a look at one of the weirdest gadgets I've probably ever reviewed, and that is this strange device, which is supposedly an automatic plate and bowl cleaner. I've seen a few of those gadget videos over the years, got some requests for it. I finally got one. I'm gonna try it out and see if it actually works in today's video. All right, before I get started, let's first take a look at the unboxing and see how that went. All right, here it is. This is exactly how it arrived in the package itself. Now I paid about 60 bucks for this. All I've seen it range anywhere from about 30 to 120, so I got it kind of right in the middle of the pack. Here are the instructions. I hope there's some English versions of these. Let's see. I might have to have this translated. First obstacle is to figure out the instructions. And what's in here? Just an adapter. Whoa, it looks like it's like one of those baby aliens from the movie Alien or something. There's a trigger here that very strange. All right, and then there's some buttons here. I'm not totally sure what they are. Oh, and it works. I guess it's already charged up. All right, well, I'm gonna try to, I would say I'm gonna read these instructions over, but I'm not gonna read them over. I'm gonna translate these instructions and try to figure them out. Make sure this is fully charged and then get started. All right, so after unboxing, I had to sit down with this for a little bit and try to figure out how it works. I had a friend of mine who's from China who looked over the instructions for me. He said they were terribly written even in Chinese. So between my friend and looking over myself and watching as many videos as I could find on this, I think I got it figured out close enough. So the way it's supposed to work, it's just like some kind of a bug, doesn't it? Anyways, the way it's supposed to work is you've got these two rollers here that will spin and they basically pull the plate this direction. This brush right here isn't really adjustable. It basically goes loose or it tightens completely down. It doesn't really adjust. For the buttons, this is the one that starts the action and it will defaults to a 10-second timer. This one adds 1 second per press. This one removes 1 second per press. We got to do it before you turn it on. So right now if I hit this, it's going to run for 10 seconds. I can hit this 5 times and it'll run for 5 seconds. I couldn't figure out what this does. It looks like cutlery. I can't find any use for it whatsoever. It doesn't seem like when I hold it, press it, nothing. While this is running, nothing. It doesn't seem to make any difference whatsoever. So the way you're supposed to do this is you stick a plate in there between those two round brushes, all the way to the bottom, and then you squeeze this handle so they will kind of grab onto it just like this. Now, this is only a 9-inch plate, so it's clearly designed for small plates. You get a big 10-inch plate, it ain't gonna work. So then all you do is press the button, and it has a 10-second timer, but it seems like a lot of people don't use a timer. They just turn it on and off with this button. So I should point out that some people mentioned to me that Barry Lewis had done this product a couple years ago. He did get it to work. He didn't go real deep into it, so I'm going to try to see just how well it really does work. I should also point out that his version seemed to have some grooves on the side here that mine don't have. So he had a little bit different version. So his might work better than mine did. All right, so what I've done is I took some jelly mustard and ketchup, mixed them all up in a bowl, used a brush, and I coated all the plates, all the bowls I'm going to test out. One set I'm sitting aside for an hour, one I'm going to do right now and see how the fresh versus old stains do. So let's move over to the sink and get started. All right, here we go. First test on a small plate. Let's see what happens here. I think you're supposed to have the sink running. Now, as soon as I put it in there, you're going to get this stuff all over the brushes. Not good. And here we go. Oh, wow. Oh, it's kind of working. 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Let's see what we got here. Oh, you know what? I'll be honest, that's far better than I thought it was gonna be. Very clean, look at that, wow. I had pretty low expectations, but that definitely exceeded those. Let's keep going. All right, plate 1 was a success. Let's try plate number 2. This is a larger plate. Let's see what happens. There we go. It's working. It's doing it. Kind of. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. All right, it's not 100% clean. You missed a little bit on the edge here. I would say it's about 95% clean. It's still doing better than I thought. I'm really surprised at the center that it got because the center seemed like it wasn't going to get it. Let's try a bowl now. Now a bowl is a little bit different. I think you're supposed to kind of go like this. Oh, wow. And then these grab onto it like an alien robot hand. And, oh yeah, look at that. Wow. Once again, my expectations have been far exceeded by what this thing can do. This, I'm not too thrilled about. What if I can clean that out? Just hit the button? I don't even know how to clean that out. All right, let's try the cutlery real quick here. This knife's got some stuff on it. Oh wow, I just grabbed onto it. A spectacularly clean job. I'm totally shocked by this. Here's the before. Not good. Not good. I think it's stuck. Uh-oh. Oh, we got chaos in here. It's stuck. It's stuck. I'm not sure. I guess I'll keep trying. Maybe I should lift this up. Get that out of the way. Maybe that's better. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. It's like a buffer. Beautifully clean. I'm actually totally shocked. I had zero expectations for this. Even though Mr. Barry Lewis got to work, I wasn't sure how it was going to work for me. It's working fine, but we're going to do some tough stains next and see how those go. All right, it's been actually well more than an hour since these were first soiled. So look at this nasty looking. It's kind of dried on there. It's quite caked on. So we'll see how well it works for much more caked on stains. Loading the plate. Gripping the plate. There is something oddly satisfying about that, I must say. Oh yeah. Oh, it's not as good. It's not as good. You know what though? It didn't get it completely, but it's pretty good. I mean, look at that. There's a couple of small chunks on there, but for as caked on as that was, it's actually kind of surprising. Let me go through another round and see if that finishes it off. Okay, after round two is beautiful. I don't see anything on there. The Robo hand plate cleaner has been a surprise so far today. Let's keep going here. Let's try the big plate now. I got the giant plate. It's very caked on. Here we go. Ugh, barely holds on to it. And here we go. It's a tough stain. It's a very tough stain. I did not get all of it. See that? Look, did not get all. We still got a little bit of stuff caked on there. Let's keep going. One more time. All I really see is a couple of tiny, tiny little dots here in the center, which just wiped right off actually. When you wipe off the extra moisture, it's pretty good. Far better than I ever actually anticipated. All right, inserting the bowl into the dish cleaner. There is something oddly satisfying about that. Oh, chaos here, oh. Chaos, chaos. Man, if it doesn't go well, it really gets out of hand quickly. It slipped out of the hands. Let me try it again. All right, the bowl looks beautiful actually. All right, for the cutlery, they don't say to do this, but I feel like it's easier to lift this brush up and just expose it that way. That's the way to do it right there. That's the spot. And the spoon looks beautiful. Crusty knife. The knife, no more crusties. Let's take a look at some of the pros and cons. Now, the biggest pro is that it actually works shockingly, way better than I ever expected. I had low expectations that were vastly exceeded by this device. The engineering is kind of interesting too. I mean, there's a lot of little parts in there. You could tell a lot of thought was put into making this thing actually work. It was also surprisingly good for cutlery as well. I thought that that was one of its strong points. Now, as far as the cons go, I would say the biggest con is that it's mostly unnecessary to the vast majority of people out there. Now, I guess if you had a situation where you could only use one hand, it might work well, but it wouldn't work well on non-round plates or non-round bowls or large plates. So it seems like it's really just best for small plates, bowls, and cutlery. The only other con is that it's kind of expensive and it's hard to find. It was one of the more bizarre gadgets I've ever tried, and it shockingly worked better than I expected, so I give it credit for that. But if you've tried a device like this, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.